Need a professional website? I created one for our startup using Wix. Let me show you how I did it. First, go to Wix.com. Our startup is constantly evolving, and we need a website that can do the same. We use Wix Video to showcase product demos so users can learn all about our app. Let the adventures begin. With Wix Blog, we can share industry news and updates about important releases. It really helps us establish ourselves as an authority in our field. Awesome. We're looking for early adopters to beta test our next release. So, I'm sending an email marketing campaign to my contacts list. Every element is completely customizable. This really delivers. In this industry, you gotta stay ahead of the competition. Thanks to Wix professional SEO tools, we can make sure that we rank high on the search and attract new users. Wow. This is really gonna put us on the map. Go to Wix.com and create your professional website today.
So Lit Mobile just sent me this solar wireless battery pack. I'm excited, let's see what's inside. I really like the build. It's got hand grips on the side, it's shockproof and water resistant. The power bank has 20,000 milliamps, which can fully charge your phone up to 8 times.
Lit Mobile just sent me this wireless solar power bank. Let's see what's inside. Power bank has 20,000 milliamps. It can charge your iPhone or Android up to 8 times. I just love the way this product is designed. It has these grips on the side. It's shockproof and it's water resistant. My favorite feature about the Lit power bank is I can charge my phone wirelessly. I love all these solar cells. This power bank takes 90 minutes to charge via wall and 6 to 8 hours via solar. Under the cover, there are 3 USB ports. 2 of them are fast charging. If you click this power button 2 times, this bright LED panel lights up. The red light indicates that the power bank is on. It turns green when your phone is charging. There's a micro USB port on the side, so just plug it in. It fully charges in 90 minutes, and then you're ready to go. Order the wireless solar power bank now by clicking the link.
Looking for the best music for your videos? Then you should check out Artlist. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you freedom. Freedom!
So fresh, so new.
Freedom!
It's all for you.
All for you. Freedom! Well. Freedom! And the license covers everything.
Smana is like very outgoing, compassionate. She has lot of friends and she always has a smiling face.
can teach myself a new language while juggling fire, so can you. Well, not the fire part.
Everything that I wanted in a child, I got.
He's my son, but at the same time, he's my best friend.
He's kind of the nucleus of joy in our family.
He's my best friend, and in fact, there's nothing hidden between us.
She's such a rock star. I just love her.
His diagnosis was a harsh reminder that I really have control over nothing.
Just let it be me, not her. Let me deal with it and not her, and I can't do anything about it, and that's hard.
It's like getting hit by a truck. You know, it's something you never think you'd ever hear. Like just your whole world stops.
My whole body just consumed in fear. My first phone call was my dad in tears.
Our daughter has to go through this very
I live in a house of 7 people, and I know how important hand sanitizer has become to all of us. But I've also become aware of how bad it smells. The constant smell of alcohol has become more and more unbearable. That's why I created my own hand sanitizer, something that smells great. My name is Tyler Deeb, owner of Miscellaneous Goods Company and the creator of Underhill Hand Sanitizer. With its ability to kill 99.9% of
目前不是照常营业的时候，除非您的经营理念一直以来都是以人为先。
top level. I was on my way up, but my basketball.
Check, check, check. 1, 2, check. Hello, everybody. Check 1 and 2. Check, check. Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check. This is a YouTube sound check. 1 and 2. Hello, hello, hello. Check, check. Check, check. ER, ER. Check, check. Check 1. Check 1. Test, test. This is a Google Meet test. Check, check. Check, check. Hello?
Most people and most businesses can shoot a video like this. You'd agree, right? But what they can't do is stuff like this.
Hey music artist, do you want to know how I got over 100,000 followers and 12.2 million streams on Spotify?
January 2017, we had gone to watch one of my nephews play basketball. Ellie was running up and down the court at halftime, playing with the other little girls, running up and down the bleachers. And we go to bed that night. Everything was just normal. But around 10 o'clock, she woke up telling me that her legs were hurting. And I thought, well, she was running a lot tonight. She's probably just tired. Ellie's always been a very healthy child. She was never really much of a crier because she was always around boys and you had to be tough. But she was continuing to hurt. I tried everything. I'd massaged her legs, ice, heat. At 3 a.m., she looked at me and she said, "Mommy, please help me." So I did. I put her in the car and I took her to the Children's Hospital. They took her straight back and the doctor did some tests. The ER doctor, he came in and he talked to me and he said, her x-ray looks great. Her blood work looks normal. However, I don't want you to leave yet. He said there's 2 more tests that I'm waiting on that aren't back. And at 8:30, a new doctor comes in. And that's when he told us all the tests were highly suspicious for leukemia. That was the worst moment of my life. Ellie crawls up in my lap. She put her little hands on my face. And she said, "Breathe, Mommy, breathe." 2 days later, they sent us to Memphis at St. Jude. You know, when we got here, she says, "Mom, I am mad at you." And I said, "Why are you mad at me?" And she said, "Well, you have taken me to the hospital where kids have cancer." So she asked me, she said, "Mom, do I have cancer?" And I wasn't going to lie to her. I said, "That's what the doctors think, and that's why we're here." She just said, "Mom, I don't want to be a cancer person." So I just sat there and held her and just told her it was going to be okay. But a few days later, we got some unexpected news. When Ellie had her bone marrow biopsy and some other testing done, it moved Ellie from a low risk category to a high risk. I wasn't prepared for that at all. You have a million questions going through your mind at that point, but your biggest question is my little girl going to be okay? Please, God, don't take her. You know, that was just the beginning of her battle. Ellie's treatment, it is pretty intense. You know, I think about the medicine that my child has had, and it is more than the majority of people take in a lifetime. But she just amazes me every day with how strong she is. She's my hero, and she's a blessing to us. But she misses doing the things that she used to do. We tried to find things for her to look forward to, even though she felt so ill. The thing that seemed to bring her the most joy every day was a trip to the mailroom. So that became part of our daily routine to see, does Ellie have mail? She got mail from all over the United States. I still don't know who some of the people were who sent her just a card that says, "Stay strong, brave girl. We're so proud of you." And we read every card she has ever gotten. The mail brightened her day. Not only did it comfort her, but it was a huge comfort to me and her father just to know that we had that many people who loved her, were thinking about her. We would never have enough time to thank them. I know that my baby will never stop. This is only going to make her stronger. I know that she will tackle anything in her future, but I do think St. Jude, they are giving her a future. We'll never be able to repay St. Jude for what they've done to allow me to be with her every day and not have to worry about paying those medical bills at the end of this. That's all I need to worry about is focusing on her. That's all I want to do is just to make sure she's okay, she's comfortable. And for that, I'm forever grateful.
Lit Mobile popped over this wireless battery bank for an unboxing. Let's check this thing out and see what we got inside. This thing is solid. It's got nice grips on the side, it's shockproof, and it's water resistant. This battery bank has 20,000 milliamps, which can give you 8 full phone charges. It's also got this convenient loop for carabiners. My favorite feature about the device so far is that it charges my phone wirelessly. So there's a red light indicator there at the top, and when you put your phone down to charge, it turns green to let you know that you're charging. It's got a lot of solar panels here on the back, and it only takes 60 minutes to charge the battery completely. There's 3 USB ports underneath a rubber cover on the top. 2 of these are fast chargers. So when you push the power button once, it turns on the LEDs that let you know how charged you are. If you click the power button twice, it turns on the LED panel. There's a micro USB port on the side here for fast charging.
Some days it feels like it's never gonna stop.
It's kind of a mental war. Sometimes you just feel like it's not going to get any better.
Lo primero que le pregunté a mi papá fue, papi, yo me voy a morir.
When you go through suffering, I love to sing. It's just something that flows through my body. When I close my eyes, I can really just feel myself let go. I just like to live in the moment. You know, I feel like I'm flying. In one moment, my whole life changed. Those 3 words, "you have cancer," flipped my life around and changed it for the next 4 years and then the rest of my life. I remember the first day when I walked through the doors of St. Jude. My mom and I got this feeling of just safeness, sanctuary, and now St. Jude is family. They're my second home. Without them, I wouldn't be here. right now I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm 4 years cancer free. But I feel like there's so much strength in my voice because I have so much to share with the world, like heartbreak, struggle, hope, and love. My inspiration.
Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mr. Cho's Chinese class. Today is a day. I know you guys are all nervous. I am too. All right, I'm going to go through some of the chats first, see if we have any questions. Make sure you've had your breakfast. Test is at around lunchtime here in New York. So eat something and use the bathroom after the stream finishes, before you go to prepare, set everything up for your exam. What else? You should use your bathroom, right? You should eat. You should charge up your phone. Make sure if you're watching your if you're watching this live stream on your phone that is also going to be taking exam, I think you shouldn't watch. You should just charge the phone. Make sure you have enough battery for the exam. What else? Let me take a look. OK， 如果我把那个 Joy 说，如果他有那个 Barron's culture presentation 的 notes 用的话，算是作弊吗？我不知道。OK, again, I'm not affiliated to a college board, and I think personally, that's my personal opinion. I think they said it's an open book, and you can use whatever notes that you have. 等一下啊，我 take these out, put my computer screen in. Hold on. Okay. All right. So 这个在之前的 video 里面跟你们有看过，什么算是作弊，什么不是。这个是 open book, so 不是这里，是另外一个。这个吗？不是，这个不是，这个，哎，也不是。Anyways， 找不到了，不好意思。但是它那个 open book 嘛，肯定是可以用你的notes 的，所以我觉得，在我看来，你的 Barron's 的 AP 的这个书就算是你的 notes 吧，应该不会有太大问题。还有什么？ 哦，你们都是在哪里来的？Let me know. I know like a lot of people are from California, and let me know in the chat. 你们都是哪里的学生？好像我的学生就几个，2、3个吧。哒哒哒。Daniel is flexing. This is going to be the easiest exam. Cheryl said, very scared. Don't worry. I mean, like, it's you just do your best. Go into this is a game, right? Go into the game with a plan and do your best. You should know, like, after practice a while, you should know where at which level you should be performing. Have a reasonable goal for yourself. I don't know, like, maybe if you're not very confident, maybe you should go aim for 4 or 5 and then try to get that. So don't stress out. Really, like, you're competing with yourself. I mean, you're really you're competing with other people, but I think for the sake of the exam, you're just like competing with yourself and try to do your best. To be honest, a lot of college, they don't even acknowledge AP Chinese exam. When you go to they don't directly give you the credit because you take AP Chinese. They're gonna give you other assessments anyways for the placement. That's what my previous students told me. So, it's not that a big deal. Just a one exam. You guys take so many exams already, right? Elena said, somebody actually binged my videos. That's unheard of. I hope those videos are helpful. Conversation 的时候用到一些窍门，待会儿我再讲一下。LB. Let me see if I missed any questions. If you have a question for me, just make sure you add me so that I can see it. Otherwise, we have a lot of people here today, so I might miss it. About loud siblings, right? Try to mute them during your exam. Find the mute button on them. Press the button. Try to get a room that is quiet if possible. Close all the windows, close all the doors. If you have a curtain, use the curtain. I don't know, make it quiet somehow. Somebody said, like, you should turn a notification of somebody's, who's that? Kevin said, like, oh, I just went to the airplane mode and then I lost my Wi-Fi, of course. If you turn your device into the airplane mode and you are connected to Wi-Fi, you will still get all the notifications. You will still get all the the notification sound, and maybe it's gonna give you a lag during the exam. So make sure you turn your notifications off. But you still need an internet connection, so it doesn't matter if it's Wi-Fi or if it's your data, cellular data. It doesn't matter. You need to turn the notification off to make sure there's no interruption during the exam, right? Personal story. I've said that many times in my previous videos. If you get stuck during the cultural presentation, you should make up a fictional but believable personal story, and usually, it's much easier to elaborate and talk about stuff using personal story. 有一次我有一个朋友 blah blah blah, but you still need to get a little bit practice. It shouldn't be a one sentence story. It should be a story, have a beginning, middle, and end. You should try to put some drama in it. There's like some sort of conflict and resolution, and come to the end. There's a moral of the story. then if it's a story kind of like that, it should be long enough. However, that also, let me see. I think my volume. Hello. Check. Yeah, maybe this is better. So what I was saying is that when you're doing a personal story elaboration, you need to try to, depending on how much time you have, of course. If you need a lot of time, you need to try to like elaborate more, and so that you can like add a lot of details in it. What if we are talking for too long and then it stops recording and we haven't finished? As far as I know, from the last time I attended a workshop like this, they talked about the grading. The latest information, which was a couple of years ago, is that if you went too long and your recording was cut off, you're not going to be penalized. Okay, so don't worry about you being cut off too much. But again, try to pay attention to the time. I think it's better not to be cut off. But if you did get cut off, I don't think it's going to be penalized. So don't worry too much about that. How many times is cultural prompt repeated? I forgot. I think they repeated 2 to 3. I think 3 times this year. So I think 3 times. Last time we did the run the test app. If you haven't, like, everybody should have installed the what is called the exam app, right? And you should be able to go to the test exam, and you should go through the whole thing again if you have any doubts. And I also made a stream on that last week. Oh, I have a student joining us. Hi, Jasmine. Can you hear me? Hi, Jasmine. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So if you have anything to say, let me know. So what I was saying. Yeah. So I think the cultural presentation prompt is gonna repeat the topic, not the whole thing. The topic only. It's gonna be repeated 3 times in the example. And if you haven't done the test thingy yet, please go to do the testing so that you know the whole procedure. Kevin said it's twice. I think it's 3 times. I'm not sure. 2 to 3 times.
I heard 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times. I think that's what I thought. For cultural presentation, can we use our computers to take notes? I think so. I think you can use your computers. I think, again, what is this? They said that they designed the exams with security in mind, and then you're not going to be find answers directly on the internet. So speaking of which, I think a lot of people, when you were given a topic, you might just like search it up if you're using computer, and you just like go to Wikipedia or Baidu Baike or whatever website that's have a whole bunch of information that is designed for native speakers, and you just try to put that in Google Translation and read everything in a given pinyin without really understanding anything. I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think you're gonna give any good presentation when you don't know what you're even talking about. So try to when you're doing your research, if you're using the computer, when you're doing the research, try to grab 2 to 3 subtopics and try to see how you can elaborate. That's my suggestion. That's why you need to use the outline to structure your whole thing. The key is you find enough information, and then you're gonna try to elaborate as much as you can on those information. So I call that minimal cultural knowledge, maximum elaboration. That's the strategy I would recommend for everybody. And but sometimes some of the outlines submitted, it's really just like Wikipedia, and it's very, unless you're near native level, otherwise it's very difficult to actually do a presentation on that.
Okay.
Jasmine, do you have any questions? And Christina's here as well.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, you can just interrupt me
Okay.
whenever you want. Hi, we have California, Indiana, New York City. Hello, hello. So if you're like a student from New York City, I might know your teacher. Florida, okay, California, New Jersey, Arizona, Texas. Oh my God, 非洲真的假的？马里兰 okay, California, Texas, Myanmar. Oh my God. So what's time? What's the time in Myanmar now? Is it like, I don't even know. Like I watched a video of a Singaporean girl ranting about the AP exam. Like their test is like 2 a.m., 4 a.m., and like 6 a.m. or 12 a.m. It's crazy. It's very unfair for the East Asian students. The timing was like so bad. They should make like multiple, at least like two different sets of exam. One is for different time zones, right? If you're close enough, like Europe and North America, you can put them together in one test, and then like Middle East and Asia and Australia maybe in another test. I don't know. I don't like that. Long Island, Atlanta. All right. A lot of people. All right. I'm gonna save a little bit of time for everybody and skip to the part that we actually have questions. How well do we have to do for each? All right, Annie. Annie had a question. How well do we need to do for each section to score 5 on the exam this year? And somebody else also, I think Hannah, also had a similar question before. This is my advice. Don't even think about it. Okay? When you're doing like a competitive sports, do you see like other people like, if you're doing a 100-meter sprint, do you see other people like looking around, see how fast other people are running, and then they gonna run depending on other people's performance? No, right? You just go the fastest you can and do your best. So that is not a question you should be wondering about during the exam. You should just try to bring up your best performance, or actually, I would say you should try to perform like optimally, perform well, how regularly you would perform. Right? Don't expect yourself to outperform yourself than the regular exams, but just make sure like your performance is steady. Instead of like get too nervous and choking and then like miss all the questions. Just relax and like don't think about the test grade too much. I think that is a distraction that wouldn't help you focus better. I mean, like personally for me, that's what I think. Maybe you are different. How can we use notes from our computer? I think so. But again, I'm not from College Board, so that's only my personal opinion, my personal understanding. And you should check the College Board fine print. I think they're gonna repeat all the instructions again before your exam, so you should know. They should make it very clear. Diana said, 怎么样才算是抄袭? So again, I'm not from College Board and I don't know the exact answer, but from what I read is that if you're sharing answers during the exam, after you know the question, you're sharing answer with other people during the exam, that is considered as cheating. And this is very difficult to do for Chinese or the world language AP exam, because all the responses are oral and it's going to be recorded live, unless like you have an earbud, right? You're going to like read the question aloud and send it to somebody else, and then somebody else is going to have a like wireless microphone. They can talk right to your earpiece, and then like you just like repeat whatever you hear. That's like the craziest I don't know, like a little bit science fiction-ish scenario. Maybe people's gonna do that. Other than that, like even if or like when you're doing a cultural presentation, you created a Google you create a Google, you share a Google document, and then like everybody's like using the same Google Doc to create an outline. I think that's considered as cheating. But again, I'm not 100% sure. You have to find the information yourself from College Board directly, right? I am not associated with College Board whatsoever. So or whatever I'm saying, are just my opinion.
Wait,
Are
Mr.
we?
Cho.
Yes.
For the cultural presentation topics, are they usually about like Chinese holidays? Because in a practice test, I saw they asked about challenges that Chinese families face in today's world as one of the topics.
Yeah. So it's all. I think that's a very good topic. It might be like it might be a very legit topic. So the thing is that all the culture presentation topics are published online, as I have shared with many of you guys already. It's on the AP Central website, and it's a little bit hidden. I think it's designed for teachers, but it's on the internet. So you guys, if you look for it, you should be able to find it. And what they do is that they are not going to repeat the same cultural presentation topic. So the AP exam has been running for more than 10 years, and it's like all the easy topics have run out. So every year, like they're not gonna do a traditional Chinese holiday again because they've done that already. So who was that? Somebody, was that Christina or Jasmine? Yeah, the topic challenges that Chinese families face today nowadays. That's a very good topic. If it's not this year, it might be next year. That's a very legit question. Only 2 pass on the exam. Yes, David. Daniel. Yes, only 2 pass in the exam. If you told to blah, 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 I think I asked that. So again, if you got cut off, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Can you go over the culture presentation, Amy? Watch my previous videos. I don't want to waste everybody's time. I think I covered it very thoroughly in a playlist. Go to my YouTube channel and click on the tips and tricks for AP Chinese exam. You should be able to find a couple of videos that I made there. What are the chances that they will pick on the prompts on AP Classroom? I think the chance is 0. I think the chance is 0. I don't think they're just gonna repeat a question that I have given you guys already. So unless they want to go really easy on everybody this year. Oh, Ryan said it's best that you stop talking when you hear the beep so that you don't miss the information. Yes, that's a very good point. You don't want to miss. I was talking about if you get cut off, the grading, they're not gonna penalize you. But for the next question, you should stop talking and so that you can hear the next question. Very good point, Ryan. Thank you. Can you try to guess the prompt for the cultural presentation? Yes, I can, Olivia. But I'm not going to tell you. Nobody knows, okay? Nobody knows. I'm not from College Board and I don't know the topic. I heard that the team... Oh, you guys have a lot of insider information. Brandon said there was 2 separate teams that are writing the practice AP Classroom practice questions and the actual test prompts. So maybe. Oh, somebody was saying you disconnect yourself, turn off your Wi-Fi, and pretend if you messed up, turn off your Wi-Fi and pretend that you lost internet connection. I don't recommend that. Okay, I think it's a very bad idea. Honestly, this is your level. Again, you want to make sure you perform at the level that you should be at. It's not like you do that again and all of a sudden you're gonna do better. Ryan asked, can you use notes on computer or should you print them out? I think let's read again. I'm going to try to read that again. after I go through all the questions, I'm gonna go back to this one again. I think you can. Let me know in the chat. I think you can use a computer. I think I remembered reading it somewhere that you can use your computer, so you don't have to print out all the stuff. But if you feel like it's easier or maybe it's safer, you're gonna be less concerned about exam security, and you can print them out, then print them out. Do you see a countdown and 0? I think there was a countdown in the app for different sections. I don't think there's any countdown. I don't think there was a countdown during your response. So there's a bar, and as you're responding, like it's gonna go down, and then but they don't give you like 3, 2, 1 that number countdown. Can we use computer to take notes? Yes, I think so. I will double check. We have a. I'm gonna stop. The exam starts at when does the exam start? 12, right?
We get on 11:30.
Yeah, 11:30. So right. Actually, we only have 30 minutes left, and I want you guys to leave a little bit earlier. Let me go through some more important questions. Instructions are in English is how long is the culture presentation? 4 minutes prepare, 2 minutes response. Somebody responded already. If you mess up your recording, should you restart or just continue? There's no restart. Everything just like, it's just like the practice exams videos that I made. It just like goes right through, and then they record along with their audio file. Will we have prep time for the conversation portion? No, you don't. But somebody mentioned that after the initializing, after they give you the scenario, I think there's about 1 minute you can of wait time, and somebody suggested that you can use that time to try to guess the questions. Yeah, you can do that. I would say don't stress out too much about guessing the question for the conversation part. I would say just remember that for each response, you need to have 2 sections, and then you need to try to elaborate a little bit. So make sure you cover the 20 seconds. All right. If I missed your question, please maybe leave that in the chat again, and then add me. I also have a post-exam live stream. So if anybody want to talk a little bit about your experience, frustration, but not specifically the questions, okay? I think there's a fine print like College Board said you are not supposed to discuss about the question with anyone. For the culture presentation, if you have no idea what to say, can we just say what the Nai told me, blah, blah, blah? Maybe. I mean, depend on the topic, right? Depends on how you can relate it to your actual presentation. But this year, it's open book, and you can use the computer, as far as I know. And then, it's you should be able to search out for information. But the key is that you should know how much information you're looking. Don't get too crazy. Don't go to Wikipedia and try to grab everything. Just take 2 to 3 key information as your subtopics, and then try to see how much you can elaborate. Have a good structure is the key. Can you discuss after fit because extended? Brandon, I think I'm gonna. Are you Brandon? I'm not sure what you're talking about. 15 minutes. Can you clarify that? Did we check into the ETech for the device you are using? Do we check into the e-ticket from the mailbox for the device you are? Yeah, I think so. You should be using the same device. Go to the e-ticket, and then I don't know. I don't have an e-ticket. I'm not a student taking the exam, so I don't know exactly. But I'm imagining it's something like there's a link. You click on that, it's gonna launch the app automatically, and it's gonna sign it in. Something like that, probably. How long the test? I'm saying like probably half an hour ish. It's not going to be very long. Maybe 15 minutes.
Mr. Cho?
Yeah.
Are they always gonna ask for like one specific example for like the 4大发明? Will they only ask for one or?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I imagine. They're gonna just do one. They're gonna say like, oh, there are many great Chinese inventions. For example, A, B, and C. Choose one specific, and then blah blah blah. Talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, you are taking the exam on an Android or iOS device. You are not opening the ticket on your laptop. It's not gonna work. You have to open it on your mobile Android phone or your tablet or your iPhone, whatever device that you're using. That's how you launch the app. You can discuss the exam. Oh, this year you can discuss the exam content 15 minutes after the exam is done. Okay, so sure, maybe like after 15 minutes, I'll just like keep the live stream running, and after minutes, whatever, if Brandon, if you have the link, can you send it to me? I'll take another look myself, and then maybe I can give you my response and my suggestion how I would do that. If anybody wanna see that. Audrey was asking about native and non-native speakers. Again, I don't work for College World, so I don't know. I never graded the AP tests, and I don't know if they're gonna be graded differently. I don't think they should be graded differently. If they are, they should create 2 different exams, 2 different tracks. I think that would be more fair. But again, but it's very difficult to say who's native, who's not, because I imagine that we have a lot of like mixed people here as well. So. For example, if we talk about 老语生, who's that? What is that? 老语生? And the grader doesn't know, will we be penalized? Okay, that's a good question. I feel like, I don't know. I don't even know. So, that's a good question. Because maybe like it's a 小鲜肉, a new pop star that like older people doesn't even know. I have no answer for that, Rico. I'm sorry. But I think like as long as you make it sound like pretty legit, it should be fine. Yes, you can make up stuff, but they are supposed to be reasonable. That's what I tell my students. Like it can be quasi fictional, but it should be believable. So if it's like if I'm making something up and that like nobody's gonna believe that, then of course it's not gonna probably work. And if they're gonna ask you to talk about 中秋节 and you're talking about customs that is like unheard of course that is not going to work. Tips for not freaking out during the conversation part. All right, if you like actually do blank out, just like skip one question, move on to the next one. That's what I would say. The worst thing is that if you freak out and for question 1, and then you like start to mumbling, and then you miss the question for the second one, then it's not worth it. So if you have no idea what the question was asking about, I would say just skip that question and like try to do better on the next one. if you don't know, for the conversation, if you don't know any of the words, it's going to be a little bit difficult. In that kind of situation, you can try to like, one of the techniques is to try to like mirror the question a little bit. Use some of the words from the question to form a kind of like a basic response. You can try to do that, but like there's a chance you may like guess the answer correctly. It's better than not saying anything, right? Lao Yushen is a Chinese New Year tradition in Singapore. Oh, I see. See, I have no idea what that is, so I don't know. Probably, as long as it's actually legit. I think like if I am College Board and if I'm grading the test and I'm hearing something that I have no idea, I'm gonna try to look it up and see if it's actually legit. That's what I would do, but I don't know what they would do. For more near native speakers, if you're more fluent, I think like you should try to incorporate more complex structures. Try to avoid repetition, like very basic repetitions that like make you sound like you're not very fluent in the language. You want to showcase your language and try to do like more complex stuff. Use idioms, use complex sentence structures, use trendy words, stuff like that. And usually like, you shouldn't have any problem. Is there a chance of getting 5 if you miss a question? Let's just say yes. Let's just pretend, Emily. Let's just pretend yes. There's no point thinking too much about that. Like, oh, I missed a question. Now I can't get 5. Now I like, just don't worry about it. Pretend like you're still getting the 5 no matter what. And like, worry about it after the exam because you don't want any distraction during the exam. It's timed and you have to speak in another language that you're probably not very familiar with. And, thinking too much about grades and all those stuff are all distractions. Just move on to the next one. Try to do your best for the next question. It's okay if I talk slowly. Yeah. So one of the things that I told my students is that when you're practicing, it's a bit late to tell you guys now, but when you're practicing, you should get a comfortable pace for yourself. You should know like how fast or how slow you should be talking without making yourself sounding like ridiculous. If you go like slow-mo, then it's obviously not gonna work. But for the non-native students, maybe you can adjust your speed a little bit. Just like make it calm and steady. You don't go too slow, don't go too fast, whatever that you are very comfortable with. And then you should know how much you're supposed to be talking for that 2 minutes. And then everybody's going to be different. If someone's talking really fast, they're going to have to include more. And they're like really shooting for a full credit, full score. And if you are doing a little bit slower, and if you do it really well, you might still get a 5. Or maybe you are like just trying to get a 4. So everybody's like, your goal, everybody's goal is kind of different. So you should have a personalized plan for yourself. If our presentation is 1 to 1:30 instead of 2. So if you are only speaking for like 1 minute, 1 minute 30 seconds, I strongly encourage you guys to try to fill up the rest of the time. I think like leave about maybe 10 seconds will be okay. But if you have like 30 seconds saying nothing in the recording and you can't skip it, it's gonna make yourself feel really bad first of all, and it doesn't like sound too great. Like my strategy is minimal information, maximum elaboration, right? But minimal information still means you need to have that like abundant information to present in a topic. If you don't say enough of stuff, if for example if you're talking about 春节 and you only say like 春节的时候我们要拿红包 and then there's nothing else you can say, then probably it's not going to turn out great. And if that is the case, try to do like personal experience. Always go to personal experience, which doesn't have to be real story, right? Oh, somebody disliked my video? Okay, fine. Kaden, I think that's totally you. You disliked my video and like you come to the chat and say like, who disliked? Chenlong, I don't think so. I think they did 1 year about Chinese celebrities, and then they had Yao Ming, Jackie Chan, and all the other people. I don't think they're gonna repeat the same topic again. Just like a random Chinese celebrity, it might be more specific.
Will they do like Chinese idioms?
Probably 1 year did they do? I think
I
one. Did they? I think 1 year they did something like that. So it can be like a proverb or something.
Okay.
Am I making everybody more nervous? That's not the point. I want to like make everybody feel a little bit more.
Someone don't know what topic they're gonna ask.
Well, it doesn't matter. The topic, it doesn't matter. You have the mighty internet on your hand during your exam, as long as you can use the computer. All right? So the topic for this year really doesn't matter. What matters is that you can quickly, right? Remember, you only have 4 minutes to do this. You need to quickly formulate the 3 body parts that you need to cover for your culture presentation. If you have a lot of information, then you can just do 2. Search it up and then try to find whatever other sections you can elaborate comfortably on, and think about how you're gonna elaborate. All right, please don't feel too anxious. Now I like, if you disliked this video, now I understand. Yeah, maybe because I made you even more nervous. 中国名画吗？可能吧。我觉得可能不会是专门 Lucy 问他们会问中国话，我觉得可能不会是一个就是具体的要画，可能会说中国的艺术啊或者艺术作品啊什么之类的。They're gonna give you something more broad and general. Is New York City paying for all the AP exam? My students, anybody knows?
I heard that from my physics teacher, but I didn't get an email, so I'm not sure.
College Board is non-profit? I don't think so. I think they are for-profit. What's the relationship between College Board and ETS? ETS is definitely for-profit, and the exam have like ETS mark. The app has ETS mark for that. All right, it's 11:18. Time to go to set everything up. Use the bathroom if you want to. What else? I'm gonna ask everybody to leave. And before you go, good luck with all of you guys. All right, don't worry, you're gonna nail it. You will be fine. Okay. All right, if you check the battery of the device that you're taking, make sure maybe you can use a little bit time before the exam to charge a little bit more. Test your headphone if you're using it. Try to close the door, close the windows if you can. Turn off the notifications on the phone. And 加油. Good luck, everybody. All right. If you feel like I want to hang out a little bit after the exam, I'm going to be there. There's going to be another stream. And somebody said like 50 minutes you can talk about the exam. So if anybody find the link, can you send it to me? I'll read it myself and then Maybe I can talk a little bit about that. Hey, who want to talk about the questions after the exam? All right, 加油 everybody. Good luck, good luck, good luck. And especially my students. You gotta get 5, okay? You will have to get 5. Everybody have to get 5. Stay calm and make me proud. Oh, thanks, Brandon.